didn't give a crap whether you guys thought it was a carnival act or not.
Manon Rheaume stopped it.
I think she knew full well what she was getting into.
Good save.
I have a lot of pressure this first time.
An alert play by Manon Rheaume.
What are you thinking of? A woman at a training camp, Phil.
It's the first time I have to stop this kind of shot.
Every practice shooting in my head, and I just had to say nothing.
I think she's going to play in professional hockey this year.
I was a woman, a rookie, and a French player.
Did she stand on her head? No. Did she embarrass herself? No.
People told me I couldn't do it because I was a girl.
I made Manon a millionaire.
20 years ago, the Lightning was weeks away from its first NHL game. Lightning president Phil Esposito faced the unenviable task of selling the sport to palm trees and beaches. In this most non-traditional hockey market, Esposito lit upon a non-traditional hockey player.
We had nothing to lose, really didn't. We were an expansion team in the state of Florida where half the people up north thought we were insane, especially me.
It was already bad enough that they were playing in an arena that really wasn't made for hockey, and they were playing in a city that really wasn't made for hockey. And yet, here they were bringing in this girl, as they said at the time, to play. I'm sure there were a lot of people out there who thought this is almost embarrassing.
17 minutes of juniors is not the customary route to an invitation to an NHL camp, but Rheaume had something going for her beyond a glove hand, her stunning looks.
We saw her for the first time and went, wow, she's very attractive, very good looking, and we want to see her on the ice.
And I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was surprised when Phil called us in and announced the fact that he was bringing a lady goaltender to training camp.
Crispy just looked at me, and he went like, you know, and my brother said, "Are you crazy? What are you doing?" I said, "Tony, the publicity we get from this, you can't buy."
I heard right away people, it's because you're girls, you only played like one period in major junior. But what I remember, me personally, it's when I was younger, people said no to me because I was a girl. They even told my parents, don't even bring her to tryouts. We're not gonna pick a girl even if she's good enough. So this time someone's saying yes to me because I'm a girl, I will take that chance. In the camp, the first game I got thrown in, I had a shutout.
You're going to play the St. Louis Blues. You're leaving the dressing room at the fairgrounds. You're walking out to the ice. What did it sound like?
To this day, I still remember the way I felt. I couldn't even breathe walking up to the ice. It was just like one of those moments. And as soon as I stepped on the ice, it went away.
When we first originally looked at St. Louis coming into town, we thought they would probably throw a few veteran guys in the lineup. But actually, when we saw their lineup, they had Brett Hall and Shanahan, and they had a loaded team. I think our lineup changed dramatically to about 15 veteran players because you know what, and we wanted to at least have do a good job for Manon Rheaume in net.
I remember thinking that it would have been a goal. This sounds maybe boastful, but I remember thinking it would have been a goal against anybody.
So what? I told you if it was a horse with skates on, I'd put it in the net.
There was something undeniably cynical about the Rheaume sideshow.
It was a publicity stunt for me, but I gave her a career.
Male goaltenders who thought, I'm way better than her, why don't I deserve a chance of playing for an expansion team? Why does she get the chance? When you knew really deep down she wasn't going to make it.
As it turned out, Rheaume was using the Lightning as much as it was using her. The future Canadian Olympian had wanted to test herself at the highest level.
You want to try what you can do during a big game.
Esposito had given her that chance.
I realized that they didn't bring me there because of my talent of hockey player only. They didn't bring me there for that. But again, for Tampa Bay and for my sakes, I was the one that had to perform out there. I had to face those guys every single day. People talk about she's just there for publicity. That's what they brought. They didn't talk about she had to be there and perform. And first game, I didn't allow any goal. I finished in the top of the goals against average for that tournament between all the goalies. People never talk about that, but I had to do this.
There was one moment where she was asked by a television reporter, did she crack a nail after a practice or after a game? And everybody gave the groans and moans and sort of rolled their eyes, but she handled it with nothing but class, and that's when you really started to like her.
How much sexism did you face?
A lot. One even reporter asked me, how do you feel when you have your period? It's like any other woman that does any other sports, you know? So, and I tried to turn it around on him, and I said, actually, that's when I play my best.
You had a chance to pose for Playboy. You chose not to. Why?
It was just not in my value. It's not something that I didn't been brought up to do things just for money.
How much money were they offering?
I don't remember exactly how much, but it was a lot. I was not ready to do something like this.
The 40-year-old is a hockey mom now. She lives in a Detroit suburb, and she has coached her sons, Dylan and Dakota.
Defense, you go up here, back down.
Rheaume was not really a trailblazer because no woman, other than Wickenheiser, has strode that path, playing against men. But Rheaume went somewhere no woman had gone before, or since, in NHL net.
She was beautiful, she was intelligent, and she could stop the puck. She was the right person.
She really was a true pioneer in paving the way and opening doors just to dare to dream about where you could go with your hockey career.
We were there when the First Lady played an exhibition game in the NHL, and it was Manon Rheaume.
I know what I did impact some young girl's life. I wouldn't trade it for anything else.